What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for May the 1st. I'm your host, King Kaiser, and this is the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. Joining us once again, we've got Master Han Mizuki.
It's like been a month. Animal Crossing's still good.
We've got the Ace Attorney, Dapper Dastard.
I've relapsed into playing Sudoku.
You know, actually,
if I seem distracted,
we really should split the two of you apart on the screen because of everyone on the show, you do look the most similar. Speaking of, we've got the Snapshot Crackshot, the Fisher King.
There's like a severe storm warning, so if I vanish at some point, I'm either dead or I lost power.
Yowza. And last but not least, we've got the Hockey Sticks and Sickle, Ian.
Still alive for the time being.
Glad to hear it.
All right, GLaDOS, calm down.
We always start the show with a trivia question to determine the order. And this week's trivia question is breaking the mold. Normally, I ask a trivia question relating to some topic that we might bring up this week.
How many copies did X sell?
Basically, this week is completely different. It is right now on twitch.tv. How many viewers does Bernie Sanders' Twitch channel have?
What? Fuck.
I
Hands off your mice again, guys. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, dude, we've reported that on the show before. Bernie Sanders has his own Twitch channel.
It's great.
It's bad. It's very bad.
No,
he's never on it.
By great, I didn't mean like legitimately.
Can I ask, what is Bernie currently streaming?
Oh, just chatting. What else would he stream?
Damn, I was hoping for some Jackbox.
Big ass Mortal Kombat player.
I don't know what joke you made, Fisher, but Reliant K already gave you a point.
Roll interrupts, you old man.
I got it.
You stream League.
I got it. I know who it is. How
Yes,
many
they do
people
that.
are
Okay,
watching?
how many?
I know what you're gonna say.
5,830.
Mm-hmm.
Solid guess. Solid guess.
I'm gonna go with 61.2 thousand.
Oof, I'm gonna go 38,000. I think that's too high. I think 61,000 is insane.
I'll just go with 20,000 then.
The correct answer is just 1.4 thousand. So
Jesus.
Bernie can't pull numbers?
clearly not is my answer to that one.
His Twitch channel doesn't usually have him. He is occasionally on there. He's done a couple like little mini town halls.
His Twitch channel is ass. So that means the correct order.
Pick your game up.
That's really what it is.
That would have been a way better title for this stream. Bernie Sanders' Twitch channel is ass.
This is why he didn't win
We don't talk about it outside of the question, but
so the correct order is going to be actually it's down the line. I think Mizuki followed by Dapper followed by Fisher followed by Ian. The topics for this week include, guys, we got to pack it up and go home because Reggie Fils-Aime is starting his own gaming podcast. Therefore, we are now obsolete.
I can neither confirm nor deny that Reggie Fils-Aime will be on this podcast one
God
day.
damn it. That would be a dream.
I think the solution is simple, guys. The solution is we have to kill Reggie Fils-Aime.
Wait, what? No.
No! Oh, calm down.
Going on, other topics include Indivisible launches on Switch without developers knowing that it was going to launch. The Last of Us Part 2 has a major story leak. Be very careful for spoilers on the internet. I've already seen some. So again, watch out. 2K Games are saying that they're taking time off for next year with a WWE game. Riot acknowledges toxicity in Valorant after an employee posts video of her own sexual harassment on a stream. People are also abusing the Valorant Beta Key system. Big shocker here, and Twitch vows to fix that. Continuing with, I thought I was going to cut this topic, but I'm not, I guess. Serena and Venus Williams are going to be playing in a Mario Tennis Aces tournament online.
Games and dreams, baby.
Yeah. Fortnite's Travis Scott concert broke records with 12.3 million players tuning in while it was going on. How about that Google Stadia Connect, huh? There were announcements, like 9 games, and that was about it. Spoiler alert. Xbox Game Pass has now hit 10 million subscribers, a sizable number considering they did not give us any numbers before this. Final Fantasy VII Remake's producer promises they won't, quote, drastically change the story. I put this topic in here mostly so Fisher could fucking lose his mind. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla has been revealed. They started it with an art stream, and then they announced a trailer the following day. That came live today. Get hyped, boys. Okay. Mizuki, you are up first. What'd you like to take for your first topic?
You know, I think I'm going to take the mantle from Dapper and use my turn to shit on Google Stadia.
Hey, here we go.
I will gladly let you borrow that.
He's passing the savings on to
for a
you.
bit.
Passing of the baton. Take it away.
All right, so this week, Google Stadia had a Connect presentation, and let me tell you, that is 16 minutes of my life and everyone's lives that we will not be getting back.
No.
God, they waste their goddamn time. We're not like professional podcasters at this point. We've been doing it a while, but we're actually some of us are legitimately professionals. Hi, Fisher, but like.
I was about to be like, oh wow, thanks. Nope.
He's like a producer and employed by someone else.
Yeah.
Literally fucking.
No, I get it. I get it.
Editing and producing a podcast.
I get it.
But what I meant is like big budget marketing production company.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Google's got a lot of money they can throw around into making a presentation, and somehow Phil Harrison's camera is still pointed like 10 feet above his head like this.
Yep.
How do you let that fly?
Get in a fucking Zoom call with the man. Jesus.
Like, teach the man how to use a camera. That's only point one. They're like, we have a bunch of exciting announcements. No, they don't. They had 0 exciting announcements. Not a single fucking exciting announcement was there. They're like, yo, we got Doom. So does everyone else. Like, welcome to what?
Welcome to 2020.
A month and a half ago? More than that? Something like that? I don't remember.
It's bad.
But like, that was like their exciting thing. Oh, and they'll have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order in the fall.
Almost a year after it came out.
No, a year after it came out, probably. So we got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We got Madden FIFA in the fall sometime. Cool, great. Doom Eternal, great game. Don't play it on Stadia. Why bother? Octopath Traveler finally coming to Stadia because
3 years later.
Hasn't been a while. You can also get it on PC and Switch, so no point. Switch
Probably, I think people were saying too. It's discounted on those platforms. When it comes to Stadia, I think they're announcing it for $60. I could be totally wrong.
I love it.
It's absurd.
Fantastic.
Let's get into the real announcements, guys. Let's get into the new Stadia first game announcements. There was Rock of Ages 3, a game about falling rocks.
It's a good game.
I mean, it looked like it's
fun for 30 minutes.
It's Super Monkey Ball if you were a stone instead of a monkey.
No. It's a game about falling rocks, guys. It's not fun. You can get 15 minutes of entertainment, not a fun game. There's Wave Break, which is like bears riding jet skis, which actually looks cool. So
it looked like Tony Hawk's Pro Waterboarder.
It's gonna end up on something else like your PC.
All of these are Stadia first. They're not Stadia exclusive. Let's clarify that one. It might be, Ember, the cooperative firefighting game, comes out on Stadia May 21st, and then all other platforms on June 1st.
That looks like shit.
It does look like shit. That's not a hot take.
It is because the Ember's boom.
And the third clone of Overcooked, Get Packed, is
the third. It's so true.
The third moving clone of Overcooked is coming to.
I wasn't very moved.
PUBG, which is on your phone already. Why the fuck do
you tuned in as I was doing a live reacts, and I thought it was the other game that already exists. I didn't know there was a second moving Overcooked game.
Fun fact about tuning in to watch Zach's stream of that Stadia release. I tuned in midway through. I was working, and I joined, watched one thing, and it ended, and I was like, "Oh, what, did I miss it?" And Zach goes, "No."
It was 15 minutes.
I'll give Google Stadia one one thing. They've been very consistent at disappointing everyone.
That's true.
Yeah.
If they're going for some sort of like asymmetric marketing scheme, maybe it's working.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
I will say this. Reliant K fan in the chat does joke saying Madden and FIFA, holy cow, what a deal. I actually think that was maybe the best announcement out of this entire thing. The fact that you can get Madden and FIFA on this is maybe, depending on who you are.
That's the only good deal in this thing, because instead of spending $60 to buy the new one, you can buy the subscription for like $5 for 1 month and then never touch them again.
Yeah.
There's a significant
which is also in EA Access, so you really just don't need Stadia. Like that's
but how do I play? How do I play EA Access on Origin?
Nobody knows.
It's also on consoles, I think.
Okay.
Nobody knows how EA Access works because nobody uses it.
Yeah, but like literally don't.
If EA Access falls in a forest, does anyone hear the sound?
Moral of the story: Google Stadia is depressing, disappointing, and don't buy it.
There's
the triple D.
Their only gaming is FIFA and Madden, or FIFA or Madden.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true.
But hey, they got PUBG, the least popular battle royale game. So there you go. Let's keep the party rolling though. Dapper Dastard, you're up next. What would you like to talk about?
This Sudoku game's gone to hell, so we can focus on this now.
You yelled me.
I got pushed out of the circle. Fuck.
All right. So I actually, despite the fact that I've never played Fortnite, I want to talk about the Fortnite topic.
Hey, look at that. Take it away.
All right. So I believe it was what day was it? The 23rd.
Yes.
So on April 23rd, Fortnite did a in-game concert featuring artist Travis Scott. This is not the first time Fortnite has done something like this. They had Marshmello on. I forget when it was. They did last year. Sometime they did a similar.
Deadmau5 Light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marshmallow flavored Deadmau5. Yeah.
I like that. But what's impressive is that both of these concerts have brought in over 10 million concurrent players to watch these things online. Marshmallows hit about 10.7, and this Travis Scott one did even better, breaking at about 12.3 million concurrent players.
Mm-hmm.
And just that's incredibly nuts. Like, Fortnite doesn't look fun to me in the slightest. I'm not a huge Battle Royale fan, and that looks bad even among Battle Royales.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. These are genius ideas, and it's such a incredibly cool way to blend, like, two different entertainment mediums into a single event. And, like, I don't know if this is, like, something that's going to inspire other games to try similar things. But, like, this is honestly really, really cool. Very clever. And something that, like, other big multiplayer games should look at and be like, wow, this is incredibly legit cross-promotional content. More than just, like, themes, skins, and shit like that. This is like a literal concert inside a video game where everyone just stopped being able to murder each other and got to watch like a new and watch 10, 15 minutes like mini concert.
I said this in I think another chat that we might be involved in, and I was like, it honestly, I don't give a shit about Fortnite either, but it is amazing that they've taken this game, this crappy battle royale game that was already a failed version of another game, and literally every month,
that will never not be wild to me.
Every other month, they are able to invest so much money and time and promotional stuff to get something. I mean, literally, I think it was actually first look footage from the newest Star Wars movie was revealed in Fortnite. How it blows my mind. I understand that Epic has fuck you money, but like it's amazing that no other game has tried to do something like this.
Their cross promotional moves have been astounding, and someone else is going to try it. I don't know if they're going to have nearly the success.
Like how is Call of Duty Warzone not done this? That game had the highest fucking concurrent player base of any fucking battle royale game when it first launched.
Like a fucking hammer because it was the game is not that fun.
Yeah, I agree, but
neither is Fortnite.
Hey,
yeah, that's true.
Valorant, Riot, get in there, fucking put. I don't fucking know.
New KDA music. I know
Trolls,
it's a different IP, but screw it.
Throw
New
some
KDA song in Valorant.
Throw the trailer for Trolls 3 in your fucking game. Come on. Add Princess Poppy as your next character.
Real talk. Let's not have Trolls 3 trailer in
Fuck you, dog.
any video game.
Trolls 2 was fine.
Any form of media. Period.
Trolls 1 was a better movie, but Trolls 3 was fine.
How dare you?
I mean, I'll take Troll 2, just not Trolls.
Hey, they're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god! All right, moving on.
I actually have a question about this.
Sure.
Like, what is the average player count of Fortnite? Are these numbers impressive, or is Fortnite's player count just bonkers?
I don't think
like
it's
they're
normally
both.
anywhere near 12
I feel
million.
like it's nowhere near that, or they would publicize that it were somewhere near that already.
That's a good point.
I mean,
I don't think they put them out.
I mean,
Like,
it's
on
not
an
it's
average basis.
not the most played game in the world anymore.
I think
so.
when Call of Duty Warzone came out, we were raving about it having 6 million concurrent players on its first day. So for them to double this,
I mean, but like that's on its first day. That's fucking buck
that's
wild.
true. That's true. That's true.
Imagine going from 0 to 6 million anything.
That's true. That's true. Good
Also,
point.
though, have y'all seen the Travis Scott concert?
It was pretty cool.
It's not just him on stage.
No, that's
It's
pretty
like-
dope.
It's a whole experience, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a whole experience.
There's a lot put into it. Again, this is not just like some like shitty thing like here's a Travis Scott song playing while like a picture of him's on. Like they really went all in to do something incredibly cool.
It's yeah. I mean, like literally, I showed it to my girlfriend who is very much into rap and hip hop, and she was like, "Oh fuck, this is amazing." And I was like, "Is this Travis Scott guy a big deal?" And she's like, "He's like the biggest fucking rap. Are you an idiot?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know shit."
Yes.
I was like, "But his name is Travis Scott. It's not even interesting. That's just like a person's name. Come on."
He has 2 first names. Come on.
Never touch a man with 2 first names.
How dare this man have a name?
Yeah,
He
it's
sounds like a country singer.
It's like
the name.
It's like we don't call her Param. We don't call her. Her name is Hayley Williams. We don't call the band Paramore. We don't.
Okay, move on to the next topic.
This is dumb.
Yeah. All right, Fisher, you're up next. Take it away.
There's so much good garbage in this one, but I have to talk about the fact that Indivisible launched on Switch without Mike Z knowing about it.
It's a fucking wild story, and it still isn't really resolved. I'm kind of hoping we get more details, but Fisher, please take it away.
He will, considering that after the fucking Scargirls incident, he's gonna fucking give us a tell-all.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar, Indivisible is made by a studio called Lab Zero. It's called that because Mike Z's last name is Mike is starts with a Z. He likes Z's in things.
Hey man,
that's
what a
the guy
good
who makes
dude.
the game. He's a great guy. He's a genuinely good human being and like one of the people in the industry that isn't a complete piece of hot garbage. He got screwed over on his last game, Skullgirls, I mean the whole studio did, by their shitty ass developer whose name I don't remember, not developer, publisher whose name I don't remember, who fucked them over on the console releases. So this time, with the dickload of money that Indivisible raised, they took their ball and went directly to like publishers at like Nintendo and shit, and was like, "Hey, can we publish directly with you? Not fucking trust people?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure, come on down." And
Come on down.
So if you're like me and you paid $160 in the Kickstarter for this fucking game, you get Indivisible on all platforms. And
Jesus,
then I
you
got
paid
a
that
fucking
much
email.
money?
Yeah, I got a bunch of other shit. I got like posters and signed stuff and a couple T-shirts. I've worn that. I've worn my T-shirt on this podcast before. But fucking goddamn it, Zach.
Sorry.
Anyway, if you're like me, you just suddenly got a notification the other day that was like, "Hey, you know that game? Yeah, it's out now. Did we know about it? No. Did you know about it? No. But here it is." Which is the fucking wildest shit in the world. I don't understand this. I don't really get how this could possibly happen, but I hope to God that the guys at Lab Zero either get this resolved or get a big fat fucking paycheck from Uncle Nintendo, because this is some bullshit. And like not being able to take time and like push your game or like that is fucking devastating.
It's
like
unbelievable.
No time to take out ads, nothing. They just get fucked, kid.
It's really wild. Like I'm hoping that we find out what happens on this, because honestly I want to do a video on it, because this shit is
All that
fucking
being
wild.
said, go play Indivisible. That game is fantastic. Oh, another thing is they were trying to wait on the Switch release until they got the first batch of DLC characters out, because they wanted to give them away for free on the Switch, and now they don't get to do that.
Can we also
Yowza.
mention that it's also an old build? On
Yeah,
the
it's
Switch?
not even.
Yes.
It's not
Yes,
even the
it's
most
not.
up-to-date
It's
build
not.
of the
It's
game.
not. Well, that's because he says on Twitter. That's because they haven't submitted it to Nintendo yet.
Yeah, it's missing co-op and new game plus. So like not even like small tweaks.
It's
missing
a
significantly
fucking-
added features.
It's a bug check build that was put that they gave to Nintendo a while ago to make sure the game wasn't like malware. Like you have to submit that kind of thing. Apparently, I don't know how games work.
Yeah.
And they were just like, "Oh, sounds good. Check, send out." Also, the craziest thing is that apparently the person who like submitted it for like go ahead and approve it on Nintendo never finished the form. So like
What?
the guy who fucked up, it wasn't even his fuck up. It was another fuck up.
Indivisible, more like unforgivable. Am I right?
No.
No, because they didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
He's just trying to fucking run his game company, and everyone's gonna keep fucking dicking him over.
Jeez Pete's.
Legit, the next fucking Lab Zero game, he's gonna be like, you know what? No, it's coming to your house. You have to code it into your computer yourself. Fuck you.
You have to download Minecraft and play it there.
Build the game yourself.
You sent you a book full of source code.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. Scan this.
You have to download. You have to purchase 10-month subscription to a magazine, and each month gives you an extra portion of the build.
Man, I wish companies would do that. That's fucking rad. Are you kidding me?
Are you? No, it sounds terrible. Ian, you're up next. What would you like to talk about?
Yeah, I'll talk about Valorant. So we've got two Valorant.
We do.
Valorant topics today. I'm going to talk about toxicity.
Hey, toxicity in video games? Does that exist?
I never.
Yeah, video games aren't toxic. What are you talking about? Never. So, I don't
Toxic is
play-
only a Britney Spears song, all right?
So I don't play League. I barely play any competitive games. I, boot up Overwatch once a year or so. That's about it. A couple months ago, I played League for like 2 weeks, and I had a good time. It's a good video game. The mechanics are fun, but also if you don't mute chat like immediately, you will have a bad time because everyone is a terrible person. Terrible people. So Overwatch is to a much lesser extent the same thing. It's a lot less of the you make one mistake and immediately get death threats or kill yourself.
But I swear to God, if you pick Hanzo, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
You
and
can't
also,
anymore.
I swear to God, if you're a woman, you will get harassment.
It's a lot more passive racism and sexism and homophobia.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
like I'm saying, it's basically nothing compared to League, but that's not saying much because League is the worst.
Listen. Overwatch is fine until you start talking about Hong Kong.
Yikes. So Valorant came out, kind of. They're in beta test. You've probably heard that it's the biggest thing on Twitch, or it was for a long time.
Because you're a
That's
boss.
another one of our topics today, but
Mm.
it's also having this issue with toxicity. Apparently, it's even more toxic than League, which I can't even imagine. Jesus Christ. What happened this week was that someone posted on Twitter a little interaction with someone in their voice chat on their team chat. Basically, it was a woman who posted this. It was getting harassed, getting basically hit on, kind of.
It was
But-
very targeted against her being a woman. Like all of the
Yeah.
statements were "Shut up, babe." Oh, you're a thought. Like all this different shit. And
Yeah,
ugh.
it's all sorts of really bad stuff.
Mhm.
And she's
Classic
like, "Hey,
dumb,
this
edgy
is a
fucking
problem.
teens.
Mhm.
This is what it's like when you play Valorant or any online game." It wasn't specifically aimed at like, "Hey, Riot, fix this." It was like, "Y'all, video games."
And the wild thing
video
is,
games.
she works for Riot. She's worked on Valorant.
She's a UI designer.
Yeah,
Right.
like she
Okay,
helped
I-
create the
I missed
game.
that.
Yeah, that's why it's so wild.
What I saw was then it was replied to by a lead developer on
Yes.
Valorant that's like, "I don't play solo queue
Mhm.
because of this."
Yes.
Lead developer on Valorant cannot play her own game
hmm
in solo queue.
Because of the toxicity. It's pretty buck wild.
Welcome
So-
to Riot Games, bitches.
Yeah, it's also
Yeah.
it's Riot Games, which is like anything else? Oh, I think we lost Ian.
He went to the
He's
void.
frozen.
Side note.
He's frozen
Side
in the
note,
perfect smile.
No one should be yelled at for their gender or anything of that nature. However, if you're gonna yell at the player or something, the UX in that game is fucking dog shit.
The what?
Mm,
The UI and UX in that game is dog shit.
ouch.
There we go.
It is
My
the
bad.
least clear UI I've ever fucking seen in a game.
Ouch. Ryan K fan in the chat says, Riot Games, it's in the name. That's a very good joke.
That's good.
1 point to Reliant K fan for that one. Ian, what would
Still
you?
not back?
You're back. You're
No,
back.
you're back.
You're
Okay.
back.
What,
for us,
what would
yeah.
what would you like to add?
Yeah, so they did. So Riot Games did say, we're working on it. We're working on our anti-harassment. As an update, this is a Kotaku article that I'm reading from. They basically have given no details on this, probably because they don't know how to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
They're like,
listen.
we need to do something, but I
If-
have no
Right.
idea.
They will do the bare minimum to get a good PR statement out, and then that's it. That's it. They will do the bare
I'm
minimum
actually.
so they can have a PR article, and then they're
I'm
gonna
gonna
give
play
up.
devil's advocate here because I've had to report someone basically every game of Valorant I played, and pretty much every time I boot that game up, I get like 3 disappointing actions were delivered messages. So like something is happening.
I was gonna say, I mean, sure, I give it credit to them, but literally, if we could figure out how to fix toxicity in video games, we wouldn't still be talking about this. So good luck, Riot. I don't know how you're gonna
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, like I said, this isn't a dig at Riot because
For once.
all their faults, which
Mhm.
are many, I don't think this is Riot's fault.
Oh man, it's
Just the kinds of people who play these games are often bad people.
it's
At
almost
least
like
enough of them that in pretty much every game you're gonna have one.
it's almost like if you have a cancerous way to get a key for the game, you're gonna get cancerous people in the game.
Mizuki, this might be the perfect transition to the next topic. Also,
No, I want to talk about something else.
oh,
I do want to say Valorant is the most toxic game I've ever played. It is insane.
I do want to add really quick. We only have about 25 more minutes for Mizuki before he has to get to an appointment. So let's
Ooh.
keep this next round very fast. Mizuki,
Yeah.
up next. Which topic would you like to take?
We're gonna talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake because I love that game.
Oh
so
shit! Somebody other than Fisher King talking about Tetsuya Nomura? I don't believe it.
He's on time clock, so I can't argue. Go.
much. All right, so the Final Fantasy Remake producer, not Tetsuya Nomura, has promised that they will not drastically change the story with the following games. Without spoiling what the end of Final
Thank
Fantasy
you.
VII Remake is, it does leave a little bit of open space for interpretation on what they can do with future games. It's not quite as cut and dry as the original game was at this point in the game.
Mhm.
So, I'm shocked and also not shocked by this. I'm shocked because Tetsuya Nomura is directing this game, is directing the future games, and the fact that he won't drastically change the story is a
He will
little
show an ounce
surprising.
of restraint.
Yeah, he'll show a little restraint. He did show some restraint with part 1 of the remake, so I kind of get it. But they also definitely already changed a lot of stuff kind of drastically,
Mm.
so their definition of drastically might be drastically different from everyone else's on the planet.
Mhm.
They also brought up that they would like to. I think this one was actually Tessa Unimura saying this. They would like to actually do smaller installments and release
Yes.
them more frequently than the
Mhm.
longer installments. Please no.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
That's a really bad idea.
You're gonna,
Just-
I played fucking episode Duske of FF15.
I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna dive into it. Just please, no. Just don't.
Yeah.
Just- Give me complete game experiences. You can make 4 parts total, and they can cost $60. And if they're like actually like expansive, I'll buy them.
You can make 3.
I'm saying it should probably be 3. With how much they put into the first one, I won't be surprised if there's 4.
Yeah.
So like that's fine. Just make it a whole experience. Don't piecemeal it out. It's gonna suck. Listen to Life is Strange. Life is Strange 2 could have been great. Could have sold fantastically. All that I've heard is it's a great game. Did it sell well? No, because
No.
it came out in episodes. And
Yeah.
you know what people don't like about games? Episodes. Stop.
Mm.
We're done with that. A couple people did it well once, never again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at Telltale Games. They're doing great right now.
The example of good times that's been used well can be counted on a fucking single hand.
Yeah.
So no. Don't do
I would love to talk more about this topic, but let's keep things moving. Dapper Dastard, what would you like to take for your second topic?
So I will say one thing about that last topic is that when I learned that Cloud is a Xehanort clone, it lost my mind. It blew my mind.
All right, I'm gonna
That
give you a
was
point for that
great
fucking
crossover.
joke.
Give that man a point.
Yeah, I gave him a point for that one. That was good.
I will loop back to the second Valorant
Mm.
topic because this one's been pissing me off for a while now.
This shit's buck crazy, buck
Yeah.
wild.
So as we've talked about, part of the reason Valorant has been getting such big numbers on Twitch is they're allowing streamers to put drops on, which means the longer that you watch a streamer, the better chance you have of receiving a beta key for Valorant.
That is incorrect.
What do you mean?
That's gambler's fallacy. You have the same chance at any
Oh,
every
okay.
minute of stream
I
watch
gotcha.
gives you the same chance. You don't
Gotcha.
have a higher chance by watching longer.
Okay, fair enough. The article explains that then.
Yes.
But more of the story is Valorant is getting huge Twitch numbers because you had a chance to get a beta key by watching streamers.
Mhm.
Some streamers realize that this is a great way to inflate your viewer numbers and would
Sure
do
is.
basically a shit ton of intermixing. I mean, some streamers were just lying they had drops when they didn't, but those got taken care of pretty quickly.
Mhm.
The big thing now is a lot of people are putting replay footage intermixed with their actual live streams, but all just calling it live.
Yep.
Which means a lot of what you're watching are VODs and not actually live gameplay that would
Yeah.
actually give you the drop chance. This is super shitty, and a bunch of streamers were being douches by trying to exploit this. My actual problem, though, well, my problem's with those streamers, but like all things Twitch does to fix its platform, they're bad at it.
Yeah.
Because all
True.
Twitch did was updated their community guidelines to put in a rule that says cheating a Twitch reward system is not allowed. That's vague as fuck. That does not
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form explain what behavior is prohibited and what the limits are. It's just a super vague rule that Twitch can, like they do with all their rules, enforce super inconsistently.
I mean,
that's how Twitch enforces all of its guidelines.
just look at how many times we had to talk about their whole body painting rules this last year. Like it's.
Oh yeah, they're like, yeah, what amount of skin you can show
Yeah.
is some of the most inconsistently and terribly enforced guidelines that you will ever see. So like it's good.
It's the equivalent of those fucking rules you had in high school of like how tall,
Yeah,
long your
exactly.
fucking shirt had to be and
Right.
shit.
Mhm.
Teachers are taking out rulers to measure how close the skirt is to the knee, or
Yeah, that
how,
garbage.
how-
Exactly.
how long, like how low your waistband is from your waist on your pants. It's just like I'm assuming that they're going to eventually do something better, but maybe I shouldn't assume that because Twitch is bad
It's
at
Twitch.
doing things. But again, this is not helpful, and this is going to almost certainly create more problems because Twitch does not enforce its rules with any consistency or real logic behind it. It just finds pinpoint examples and does something and then forgets about all the others that are oftentimes worse than what they do punish.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. It's Twitch. Honestly, I think it's wild that this system even exists. That they're able that they were able to work with Riot to say, hey, let's make a system to reward people for watching a specific game.
It's a really cool system. It's a shame it's being exploited, and the first installment of it is dog shit.
Well, this is not the first installment of it. Like, Twitch drops have been a thing for a while. I know.
Yeah. But Twitch drops to gain access to a major AAA game.
Okay, maybe not a major
yeah.
game,
but it's not like a specific deal with Riot. I know Warframe has used it a lot for like.
Warframe has used it.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Okay.
The lesson we should all learn from this is we should rename the stream to Valorant. Get your beta keys here.
I was gonna make that joke in the middle, but
Let's just make the most dishonest stream title Around the Monitor with Valorant Beta Keys and Reggie Fils-Aime.
Co-streamed by Reggie Fils-Aime.
Todd Howard.
No, I've got it. You just put /s at the end. Done.
The old sarcasm.
I was like, I don't get it.
In a court of law.
Fisher, you're up next. What would you like to talk about?
There is every once in a while a topic that is given directly to me as a gift from Zach. That one this week is from our good friends at Kotaku, and it's 2K Games saying they're taking time off for the next WWE game.
I did give you this one, yeah.
2K is one of the worst studios that exists. They consistently churn out hot, liquidy garbage, and I mean that's it. They turn out garbage they turn out annual garbage that somehow gets worse every single year. We all remember the infamous WWE 2K20. It was a hot flaming turd pile that somehow looked worse than the 2019 version, and also somehow looked worse than the fucking TNA game from 2009, which still looks great somehow. I don't want to talk about this topic though. Don't support 2K. They suck. They need an extra year or two to catch up with us. I want to talk about the fact that Vince McMahon paid $18.5 million fucking dollars to the Trump super PAC, and then a day later, fucking WWE was labeled as essential media and given live filming rights in the state of Florida that no one else can get, not any fucking major sport. That is some fucking horse ass. Now, all that being said, did come to bite him in the ass, because then the excuse was, oh, wrestling is different. Fucked him over when Tony Khan and AEW also got to film live, because it's like, well, we're wrestling too. Prove me wrong.
Oh boy.
Fuck Vince McMahon. He's a piece of shit. He fired Joe Briscoe after fucking 80 years or some shit of working at that fucking company. He is a garbage man.
Oh, I can't disagree that Vince McMahon is garbage, because he absolutely is.
I was gonna say garbage men are like essential to society. So don't
we like sanitation workers.
I don't want
to dunk on the WWF Hall of Famer Duke the Dumpster Drozy. He did nothing wrong.
God damn it. Also, CJ, it's all good in the chat. What's up, man? How's it going? All right. Final topic of the week. Ian, take us home.
Oh no. Oh no.
Ian, stare off into the distance.
Good boy.
Perfect.
10 out of 10 execution.
Welcome to Around the Technical Difficulties.
He's looking at that beautiful Canadian sunset. There it is. There he is.
There we got him again.
We're in.
Reliant K fan says Ian's up in his feels. Yes. Ian, what would you like to talk about?
I want to talk about Reggie.
Hey!
Talk about Reggie.
Yeah,
I
our guest.
want to talk about Reggie. So Reggie is making a video game podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie Fils-Aime, that is, former CFO of Nintendo of America.
Mm-hmm. Current board member for GameStop.
Yeah, allegedly. Former Pizza Hut employee.
This is true. This is not a lie.
He was that. apparently he was like one of the only people in the GameStop boardroom that was like, we should not be terrible people.
See how far it got him.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, you.
So, Reggie is making a video games podcast with Harold Goldberg.
Never heard of him.
He is
He's a games journalist. I know that.
yeah,
But
New York Video Games Critics Circle.
fun fact:
Sure.
when I saw Reggie Fils-Aime in public, it was at the New York Video Game Critics Circle Award for
Awards.
Reggie Fils-Aime,
Oh damn!
which was dope. He gave a great
Yeah, that's
speech. It seems like
So
he's continuing his involvement. Yeah.
I listen to a lot of video game podcasts aside from this one as well.
You
I've
listen to
talked.
Hey.
I've talked before, I think, about Waypoint Radio, my favorite podcast. Fanbyte is great. Triple Click is really good.
Triple Click is
they
good.
Just started. It used to be Kotaku's split screen, but then they all left Kotaku. So, so they're with Maximum Fun now. That's talked about Jason Schreier, I think, last week.
Yes.
So, video game podcasts, they're good, y'all. Reggie Fils-Aime, we'll see if he's any good too. He does speak good. This is only a 7-episode podcast.
What is that called? Like a legacy podcast, right? Is that what they call those?
Yeah, I think that's what
Limited.
they called it.
Limited. Yeah, I like legacy better.
Legacy's a good name for a podcast.
Listen, Serial Season 1, peak of all podcasts.
It is good.
I'm not wrong.
There's better.
We're getting off topic. So Death to His Blart. Solid choice. We're getting off topic.
That's fantastic. That's the best podcast. Anyway, Reggie Fils-Aime and Harold Goldberg. So their first guest is going to be Jeff Keighley.
Oh,
for the Keighley Awards.
The Keeleys.
Awards. The Keeleys. Yeah, so it's going to be a 7-episode podcast with, guests from the video game industry, which I think is going to be very insightful. We'll see how well they do at the whole podcasting gig, but considering these are...
I'm sure there'll be pros.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be pros, but as we saw with Stadia...
This is a very good point. This is
Money
a very
can't
good
buy
point.
you everything, fam.
Money can't buy everything.
Money can't buy you a guy to tell you how to angle your fucking webcam, Phil Spencer.
Thing is, I'm pretty sure money can buy you that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But Google won't spend the money.
Hiring a fucking video producer.
Anything else to add to this, Ian?
Nope. Just that I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah. Do you know off the top of your head what the start date is of this podcast?
I don't think it was given.
No. Well.
Yeah.
Look forward to it in whatever your podcatcher app of choice is.
It'll probably never come out.
Pocket
yeah.
cast.
Exactly. But that's going to do it for this week. We do have to get going here. So, Dapper Dastard, Fisher King, and Ian, it's time to go home and become family men because this week's winner is Mizuki.
Wait, was Woke Sweetie not in the audience?
Surprisingly not.
The collusion.
But also, you won by like a lot.
Yeah,
You got like 4 points last week from the chat. Fuck off.
for some.
I got 2 points last week.
I can't. I'll listen to it in the VOD, but for some reason you got 10 points in the first question. So what would you like to talk about for your minute to win it? Are you ready?
I think you know what I'm going to talk about. My minute to win.
Yeah, probably. You ready? Take it away.
I think you know. I'm ready.
Okay, take it away.
All right, so tomorrow at X time Eastern, that Zach will probably put somewhere on this video somewhere. We're gonna do both the video game book club for this month, which was After Party, fun time, and also we're going to do our first episode of Around the Controller, our more traditional podcast that's not just like gaming news. It's what we've been playing, topic of the week, maybe some other stuff. Toss it in. You'll get to hear like Zach talk about stuff other than running this show, which will be fun, and video essays, which will be good. So we'll have myself, Zach, and probably 2 other people that have yet to be determined. So yeah, it'll be a fun time, inaugural episode. Be fun. Come watch.
Heck yeah. Yeah, like he said, we will be tomorrow recording the video game book club for after party at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then we'll go straight into talking about Around the Controller, which is another one of our new products that we're adding to Around the Monitor. Speaking of, this is probably going to be the last week that we are under the 1,000 subscriber count on YouTube, as well as the 40,000 hours of watch time, which means we'll be eligible to be monetized on YouTube. Word on the street is that takes 3 weeks to happen, but still excited for it. Reliant K fan says, no Last of Us 2 talk. Dang, guess a lot of things have already been said in the last few days. Yeah, I'm...
If you mention it, spoilers appear.
Exactly.
I literally was saying to them, like, I should name the title of this Last of Us 2 spoilers have been leaked, but I don't want spoilers being posted in the chat. So please don't post them if you know them, Reliant K fan.
Or anyone watching this
That's a good
either
point.
on Twitch or YouTube, please don't.
Yeah.
Ellie's a clone of Xehanort as well.
I'm very excited for the Xehanort Everywhere system.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking Nord it.
Listen, I'm Xehanort. You are Xehanort. We are all Xehanort. Let's see here. What was I going to say? Oh, important. This week I'm going to be posting a video on the Water Temples music. Actually, I'm more than halfway through the editing. I think this is one of the best videos I have ever done. So I'm very excited to put it out there. But anything else to plug, gentlemen? I guess we should say Fisher's going to have his edited version of Around the Tabletop sometime.
Sometime soon.
Sometime. And we'll be doing another episode of the live recording of that next Friday.
Yes.
Anything else to talk about?
Nope. Stay home and stay safe.
Absolutely.
Nah, dude, come watch Around the Controller. It's
Absolutely.
on our chat.
I'll be there. Maybe. I don't know.
I think this is actually the shortest like closing and plug section we've ever done. But I think
we're out of minutes. We have right now is the last minute we're allowed to be.
Yeah.
Music is late.
So with
I feel
that,
like 4 minutes.
with that being said, thank you once again for watching, folks. And until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.